As they come in, and the New South Wales right in from my right-hand side. We'll have the teams delivered to us if we can. And to the left is Victoria with a great round of applause. The two crowds, the two supporting crowds, just about touch in the middle. The umpire is Matt Devereaux and Michael Keatley. That Matt Devereaux from Northern Territory and Michael Keatley from Western Australia. We'll get a list of names for us, and hopefully we can encourage to get these changes going. So we'll wait as the umpires will bring them in, and if we can get a list of names up to the commentators, it would be great for the starting three of each.
Rightio, umpires just giving them their instructions. Probably looking for a fair, clean game. Coming out for the New South Wales crew in no particular order: Sydney Doolan, Grace Halstead, Sally Thompson, Claire G, Harry Kirk, Terry Mortimer, Brandon Parkinson, Mortimer, Brendan Parkinson and Cameron Smith. And for the big V, Shana Edney, April Girolamo, Kaylee Newton, Ellie Valvalitis, William Owen, Michael Owen, Josh Robson and Michael Richards. Rightio, just about underway. Still waiting on the name, so we'll have to go with the numbers for a start. Here they go. Michael Keatley straightens them up. Satisfied now, ball in, out the back, down on the ground. The number 3 for Victoria. She's in the hot seat, comes up with the goods. Works her way down towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with the number 1. Takes a bit of a check, works her way through the traffic, cops a bit of timber on the way around. Comes around now, looking to head towards 30-yard line. The number 3 for Victoria. Sends a pass in. Oh, straight in the racket of the number 1. Bounced off. Sideline beats them all. So it'll be a New South Wales ball. The number 3 brings it in. Bounce doesn't quite come up for her. Still on the ground. Who'll be the first one back onto it? The number 3 for New South Wales. She left it there. They both turn and go now. Number 1 for Victoria rides in, scoops it up, shoots and scores. Victoria with first blood. Matt Devereaux straightens them up, pavilion side. Satisfied now, ball goes in, down on the ground off the rackets of the number 3s. Who's going to come up with it? It's still on the ground. They're all fighting for it. Who's got it? It's the number 2 for Victoria. No sooner did she have it, she was unloaded. Back on the ground. They're going to come up with it again. But the sideline's beating them. So it'll be a New South Wales ball on the side. Number 3 for New South Wales puts in the lob. Didn't quite come up for her. The bounce was a bit flat, but she gets it on the second attempt. Works her way through the traffic. Ducking, weaving and diving, heading towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with the number 1. Oh, pass was a bit low and flat. Still on the ground. The number 3 for Victoria. She's in the hot seat. Who's going to come up with it? All the back line beat them all. Down in the corner, deep in Devil's Corner. They're both fighting for the ball. The 1 and the 3, and that's the number 3 for Victoria. Back line beats them both, so it's a Victorian ball on the back line. Puts out the prescribed 10-metre bounce. Bounce comes up beautifully for her this time. Heading towards the 30-yard line, trying to do battle there with the number 1. Working away around the number 3 there for Victoria. Looking for an opening or a pass out. Passes on, leads on, here it goes. Pass is good, straight in the racket of the number 1 there for Victoria, but her number 3 from New South Wales. Pass goes over, pass comes out, sideline, must have been a bit close. Still on the ground, who's going to come up with it now? Back in the ground, on the ground, who will be the first one with the ball? The sideline wins again. Umpire Matt Devereaux calls all 6. Ball goes in, off the rackets, down on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? They're all still fighting for the ball down on the ground. Pass out comes out. Here they go. The number 3 for Victoria in Sally Thompson with the ball. Sorry, no, Ellie Vivalitis. She's got the ball, heading down towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with the number 1 in Shana Edney. Heading towards the 30-yard line, Ellie Vivalitis with the ball. Working away around now. Cops a bit of treatment there from the... It's been a free goal by the looks.
Rightio. Mick Keatley to call him in on the near side. Ball goes in, it's in the middle, snapped out of the lineup by April Girolamo for Victoria, the number 2. Taking it down there, riding up, shotgun right next to her, number 1 in Shana Edney. Shana Edney's in the area, waits for the bounce but doesn't get it. It's on the ground. Sally Thompson for New South Wales picks it up, the whistle's gone. It's number 3 to take it from inside the 30. She gets a nice little bounce, picks it up, gets a bit of treatment there from the Victorian number 1, I think. Shana Edney going down there, Claire waiting for Claire G. Perfect positioning with Claire G there, number 1 for New South Wales. She gets a bounce, picks it up, goes out to work her area. Ellie Vavlidis keeping a good eye on her. The number 3 for Victoria. She works around the front now, Claire G. And Ellie Vavlidis unloads her. No goal, so it's a 30. It's a throw out by the Ellie Vavlidis for Victoria. She pops up a high one, gets a nice little bounce there. Hangs onto it, working her way around past the pack. These New South Wales girls giving a bit of curry now. Claire G now giving her a bit of a workout. She's just coming across there now. She puts on a bit of speed up the far side there. Ellie Vavlidis goes for the pass in. Oh, unfortunately intercepted by Sally Thompson from New South Wales. The number 3. Brink comes over to give herself a bit of area. Bounces out. Gets a nice kind bounce, and now she winds up. She lights the afterburners, and she's off after Claire G. Heading down towards the 30-yard line, passes over the top. Claire G can't take it, though. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Ellie Vavlidis, the number 3 for Victoria. And now she's all tied up by Claire G. Claire G's all over her. Waiting for a good lead from her teammates. Nothing much is happening, so she takes a bounce, gets a nice bounce, easy bounce on this beautiful Devereaux Griffin Energy field. And that's time in the first chukker.
So the young girl there in Shana Edney from Trafalgar in Victoria. Couple of crucial goals there, gives them a handy 2-goal lead, the Vics. Got the boys coming out now. Brendan Parkinson, Tyler Mortimer and Harris Kirk for the New South Wales crew. Will Owen, Josh Robson and Michael Owen for the Vics. Michael Keatley calls them in. Ball goes in, hooked out the Victorian side of the line up the number 3 there, and Michael Owen makes a fast break towards the 30-yard line. He's under a fair bit of pressure from the New South Wales crew, just works his way through the traffic beautifully. Oh, a bit of timber, and it was a hit down according to the umpire. So it'll be a Vic ball on the 30-yard line. Will Owen to bring it in. Will Owen rides up, puts out the 10-metre lob. Bounce comes up beautifully for him. Oh, he couldn't quite get it on the first attempt. Down on the ground, he'll be the first one to get it. Will Owen flicks it back into play. They both come back at it again. Will Owen and Harris Kirk. Down on the ground, Harris Kirk comes up with the goods. Works his way down towards the 30-yard line, trying to get out of there. Will Owen there on every turn. Harris Kirk works his way up towards the 30-yard line. He gets the bounce on the trap. He's underway. Takes a bit of pain through the traffic of the Victorian boys. Harris Kirk looking to work his way through the traffic. I tell you, horse put on a pretty weird manoeuvre there. He's on the line now, heading towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with Brandon Parkinson. Cops a bit of a treatment there from Josh Robson on the way past. Looking for a pass in. Pass goes in. Oh, it was a little bit long. Still on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? He's chopping and changing, and then the number one there for New South Wales in Brandon Parkinson comes up with the ball. Just works his way around Michael Owen beautifully. Has a shot and all clear. Oh, righto.
Righty on the far side there, Matt Devereaux to line them up. Ball goes in, it's on the ground. First onto it's going to be New South Wales. By the look of it, Tyler Mortimer, is it? Coming around for New South Wales, can't see the numbers. Harris Kirk, sorry, for New South Wales, coming down there, looking for his number one in Brandon Parkinson. Passes across, nice long pass, perfect take there by Brandon Parkinson, who puts it through for another New South Wales major. That's New South Wales first, is it? Yeah, 2-1. 2-1 in favour of Victoria. 2-all. Sorry, looking at the scoreboard instead of finding out what the score is. Rightio, Mick Keatley now to throw it in. Ball goes in, it's out the back. Victorians are first onto it. They ride over the top, though. It's picked up by the number one in Will Owen, though. He's hammering down there. He lights the afterburners. He gets a beautiful bounce and drives it in for another Victorian goal. (3-2) in favour of Victoria. Ball's in on the other side, snapped out of the line-up there by Brandon Parkinson for New South Wales, but he's caught over the horse. Good pressure there by Victoria. Will on to take it for Victoria, the number one. He puts up a nice high lob, waits for the bounce, gets a kind bounce, and just gets around in front of the number three there in Michael Owens. And a big throw from right out the side and can't make it through. Michael Owen to take it for New South Wales. Mick Keatley just trying to get the rest of the players away from the spot. Nice little bounce he manages to pick up there. Michael Owen for New South Wales. Gets a bit of treatment now from Brandon Parkinson, but still gets around waiting for his number one to get up in the area. He's having a few problems getting past Harris Kirk. They're in position now. Nice little pass there. Beautiful pass to Brendan Parkinson, the number one for New South Wales, who doesn't miss that one. And that's the equaliser, 3-all in this second chukker. And I'll hand you over to Matt.
Righto, we've got a game on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Scores are level. Righto, here they come. Michael Keatley calls them to attention to straighten them up. Ball goes in, taken out of the air there by the number one for Victoria. No sooner did he have it, he drop it back on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? They're all fighting for it. It's the number two for Victoria, and Josh Robson with the ball. Will Owen on the fast break, riding shotgun. Pass goes in, straight in his racket, slams it through. No goal. Carried over the 30-yard line. They must have got a little bit close. So it'll be Harris Kirk to bring it back into play. He puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob. Comes up beautifully for him. Takes a little bit of check. He's copping a bit of treatment there from Will Owen. Harris Kirk heading towards the 30-yard line looking for Brendan Parkinson. Where is he? He's over there on the sideline and he's in a world of pain from Michael Owen. Oh, he's lost the ball down on the ground. They all ride back over it. It'll be the number two for Victoria and Josh Robson. He's on the fast break this time. Oh, sends out the big long bomb. Here he goes. Can Will Owen make it come up for him? No, he can't. Still on the ground. Now it's in the racket of Harris Kirk for New South Wales. He just wheels around Will Owen looking for the 30-yard line or a pass out. Comes around for another attempt. Just settles things down, gets the bounce. Oh, bounce was a bit flat, but he made it good. Come up with a big bounce now. He sends out the long pass to his number one. I tell you what, it wasn't quite there because the number 3 for Victoria in Michael Owens has come up with the ball. Now he's back on the fast break, heading down towards the 30-yard line, looking for his brother in Will Owen. They have the pass up this time. Pass goes in beautifully. Goal. Victoria with a 1-goal lead. No goal again. No goal. Bit close to the D, so it's Harris Kirk to bring it back into play for New South Wales. He puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob, and the bounce wasn't all that kind, but he got it on the second round. Now he works his way around through the traffic, and that's time, thanks umpies. Oh, no worries, okay.
Ball goes in. It's come out the back. Who's onto it? It's New South Wales. No, Victorians. The Victorians come up with it. That's Sean Edney, I think. Sean Edney, number 1 for Victoria, has the ball. Just keeping it down to her own pace, working her way past those the New South Wales in Grace Holstead. Works her way up there now, up to the 30-yard line. She doesn't get the bounce, so it's picked up beautifully there by Ellie Vavlidis. No, it's Sally Tom. Oh, sorry. Claire G. Claire G on the far side. Taking it down there for a number 1 in Grace Holstead. Looking for the lead. She gets the lead. No, Grace Holstead doesn't see where she's heading. She gets the lead this time. Nice little pass across there to a number 1. Grace Holstead now for New South Wales. She works out using her 30-yard area. Ellie Vavlidis is all over her though. Oh, and she goes to the little side pass to the goals and puts it through for another New South Wales goal. That's New South Wales in front for the first time. 4-3. 4-3 in this third chukker.
So that was a Victorian goal or New South Wales goal? New South Wales with a handy 1-goal lead. Michael Devereaux straightens them up. Ball goes in, down on the ground. Who's going to come up with the goods? It's still down on the ground, and they're all fighting for it and just waiting on a number, and it's the number 3 for Victoria there in Ella Vavlidis. She works her way around the traffic, trying to get around Grace Holstead. Oh, it cops a bit of treatment, but she's doing it pretty well. She works her way around Grace Holstead, and Ellie Vavlidis doing battle. Now Ellie Vavlidis sees an opening down towards the 30-yard line, just carves her way through the traffic, takes them all on, looking to link up there with the number 1 in Shana Edney. Oh, she got unloaded on the line, carried it over. So it'll be a New South Wales ball. Claire G to bring it in. Michael Keatley marks the spot, puts out the pass straight in the racket there of Sally Thompson for New South Wales. Now she works her way down towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with the number 1 in Grace Holstead. She's on the fast break. It's been a whistle. Rightio. It'll be Grace Holstead. She puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob pass. She works her way around to goals, trying to get around that number 3 there in Ellie Vavlidis for Victoria. Grace Holstead puts on a beautiful little spin, has a shot out the side, on all clear. New South Wales with a handy 2-goal lead at 5-3. Claire is the 2, Sally's the 3. Michael Keatley throws it in. It was taken out of the air there by Claire G for New South Wales. Now we've got these names right. She's on the fast break towards the 30-yard line. Works her way around through the traffic beautifully. Looking for her number 1 there in Grace Holstead. Working her way around Claire G with the ball. She heads down towards the 30-yard line. She puts the pass in. It's a high and long one. Can the bounce come up for Grace Holstead? It's on the ground. Not 100% certain what's happened there. And it was a goal. Okay, it's a new rule. Well, it's been around for a while, but anyhow, the number 3 for New South Wales rode through the goal, so it's a free goal to Victoria. Sorry, Victoria rode through and it's a goal to New South. Ball goes in, down on the ground. Who's going to come up with it this time? Works her way down towards the 30-yard line. The number 3 there for Sally Thompson for New South Wales. She's on the fast break looking to link up with Grace Holstead. She's looking to put the pass in, comes out of the side of the racket, beautifully straight in the racket there of Grace Holstead for New South Wales. She rides up, trying to get around that number 3 there, Nelly Vavlidis from Victoria. Grace Holstead works well, puts on a beautiful little turn, has a shot out the side and over the top. Hit the post, back in play, so it's the number 3 there for Victoria, Nelly Vavlidis with the ball. She just settles things down, works her way around, looking for an opening out. Under an immense amount of pressure there from Grace Holstead. Just check with these dudes down there. Ellie Vavlidis with the ball for Victoria. Just works her way around, trying to get out to that 30-yard line, but Grace Holstead holding her up beautifully. 5-4 to New South Wales, official score. Ellie Vavlidis with the ball, just works her way around beautifully, looking to link up with the number 1 or 2, and she has. She's linked up with the number 2 in April Girolamo, but the pass wasn't quite there. Back on the ground, up in the air. Where's it going to go? Sideline beats them all. New South Wales ball from the side, just on the 30-yard line. Michael Keatley sends him away 10. She puts out the little lob. Michael Keatley calls all 6. Michael Keatley calls all 6. She didn't throw the ball far enough on the penalty. Taken out of the air there, and that's time. Thanks, umpies. So official score, 5-4 to New South Wales.
Boys out here. 4-5 in favour of New South Wales. So not sure of the changes yet. Ball's in. It's first onto it's going to be the number 1 for Victoria. Josh Robson with the ball for Victoria. He's helped out there by his number 2. Oh, but his number 2 nearly comes down. The whistle's gone. Rightio, which way is it going to go? It's New South Wales number 1, Brandon Parkinson. Brandon Parkinson for New South Wales takes it himself. Working his way around the opposition number 3 in William Owen there, and gets the bounce. Doesn't get the bounce, sorry, but the whistle's gone. So Brandon Parkinson to take it for New South Wales from the top of the D, and he doesn't miss that one. 6-4 in favour of New South Wales. Okay, Matt Devereaux on the far side, lines them up, ball goes in, it's on the ground. No, snavelled out of the lineup there by the number 1 for Victoria, Josh Roberts. He's getting a hell of a lot of treatment there. They're taking him down to the opposite end, but he makes it past everybody now. No, nips back behind the number 2. Still keeping copying a fair bit of wood there, but he makes his way up. His number 3's in there to help him now. Where is he? Josh Robson now gets his bounce. Picks it up, and a hit down. So Victoria to take it from the spot. No, is it from the top of the D? Yeah, from the top of the D, shot at goal. And Josh Robson, no, he does make the mistake. Puts it up high and not straight enough. So Harry Kirk takes it out for New South Wales. Gets a nice bounce. Jibes back there behind Josh Robson for Victoria. Takes it up there, looking for his number one in Brandon Parkinson. Oh, and he's unloaded there beautifully by Josh Robson. By Michael Richards, but he's got hold of it again. Harry Kirk working his way across there for New South Wales. Nice lead there by his number one, Brandon Parkinson. Picks it up, gets around his number 3, straight in, straight through. And that's another New South Wales goal. 7-4, I think. 7-4. Yep, that's the official score. 7-4 in favour of New South Wales. I'll hand you back to Cozzy.
Cheers, Nick. Well, we've got a game on our hands here. The New South Wales boys just starting to get a bit of a run on. Ball goes in, out the back, taken out of the air. Umpire Matt Devereaux wasn't quite happy with the lineup from the back of the line, so he'll send them all back into Michael Keatley. All 6 again. Satisfied now, ball goes in, taken out of the air by the number 2 for Victoria and Michael Richards. He's just caught up in a little bit of traffic, can't get the big bay pony to go. Works his way around through the traffic, backed out of there like a joogie in a drought. But there's been a hit down a fence. So it'll be Victorian ball down on the 30-yard line. Josh Robson to bring it in. Righto, play on called. Josh Robson puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob, comes up kindly for him, and he's in a world of pain there. The number 3 in Harry Kirk for New South Wales, putting him in all sorts of pain. The little left-hander from Victoria. Works his way around beautifully now, sees an opening towards goal. Thinks about one out this side, doesn't quite take the shot. Comes around again for another crack at the title. Working his way around there, Josh Robson for Victoria. Those left-handers, they are clever. They're tricky. Here he goes, has a shot. Makes no mistake this time and slams one home for Vicks. Just the goal of Victoria needed to stay in check with the New South Wales crew. Crowd very quiet this morning. They might still have a few sore heads from last night. Who would know? Out the back, down on the ground. It'll be the number 3 for Victoria. And William Owen with the ball. He's on the fast break. Lazy is back on the big chestnut. Oh, pass wasn't quite there. Down on the ground. Harry Kirk for New South Wales comes up with the goods. Puts out a little lob in front of him. Bounce was a beautiful one. Come up for him. He's in all sorts of pain. There's been a whistle and it's a hit down. So it'll be New South Wales ball on the 30-yard line. Brandon Parkinson brings it in, puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob. Oh, he cuts in behind the number 3 there from Victoria, and he just slams one home for the New South Wales crew to keep that handy 3-goal lead on the roll. Righto, Michael Keatley calls him in. Commentary side. Down on the ground, and that's time. Thanks, Sumpies.
Radio 8-5 at the start of this 5th chukker. New South Wales in front. Bit of a turnaround. Victoria came out firing, and New South Wales have shut them down and started scoring now. So Mick Keatley brings him in. Ball goes in. It's out the back. First onto it looks like Victoria's Kaylee Newton for Victoria, the number 3. So sucks back, waiting for a number 1 to get up there in position in Ellie Vavlidis. Oh, she weathers a fair storm of wood there, but gets through it. She's still got possession. She's getting a fair bit of treatment there from the New South Wales number 1 in Sydney Doolan, though. And she's still going. Having a bit of trouble getting her horse moving, but she gets it going now. But the swing was a little bit wild there by the number 3, Kaylee Newton. Sally Thompson for New South Wales. So Victoria to take it from outside the 30. Ellie Vavlidis to take it. She goes the long lob out there towards the corner. Gets a nice little bounce on this beautiful Griffin Energy field. Comes down there. Sally Thompson keeping a good eye on her for New South Wales. She works her way around now. Flicks backwards. No, can't get in. She comes in now, though, gets around the... No, can't. Oh, and she's unloaded. Unloaded by Sally Thompson. And the ball's over the sideline. So Sally Thompson to take the ball, number 3 for New South Wales. She passes into herself, gets the bounce, picks it up. Cops a bit of treatment there from Ellie. But it gets around her this time, bounces over the 30-yard line. Bounce comes up beautifully, but she's copping a bit of treatment there from Ali Vavlidis again. Looking out there towards her number 1 in Sydney Doolan. Sydney Doolan coming across for a beautiful little pass, but she makes a pick up on the second bounce. Sydney Doolan spins round and straight in and straight through for another New South Wales goal. 9-5 in favour of New South Wales.
Righto, here they go. Matt Devereaux calls them in over on the kitchen side of the ground. Ball goes in, down on the, taken out of the air there by Ellie Vavlidis from Victoria. She's on the fast break towards the 30-yard line, but she's under more pressure than the US economy at the moment. Taken out of her racket, and on the fast break, the number 2 there for New South Wales in Grace Holstead works her way down towards the 30-yard line. Puts the pass up. It's a ripper. Oh, just bounces over the top of the racket, so it'll be number 3 and Kaylee Newton, the first one back on it for Victoria. Down on the ground. Can she come up with it? Gets it on the second attempt. Now she's just got to work her way around Sydney Doolan from New South Wales. Kaylee Newton with the ball, just cruising around, settles things down a little bit, cops a bit of timber there from Sydney Doolan on the way past. Now she sees an opening towards the 30-yard line, picks up the pace a little bit, takes a bit of a check, works her way around through the traffic. Now she's heading down towards the 30-yard line, looking for that number 1 in Ellie Vavlidis from Victoria. Heading on the 30-yard line, under a bit of pressure there from the New South Wales crew. She's got them coming from both directions. Now she just takes a bit of a check, works her way through the traffic. She's copping all sorts of timber. Swinging at him like a rusty gate in a cyclone. Pass goes in. It's not quite there. Still getting the racket of Kaylee Newton for Victoria. She's looking to link up with Ellie Vavlidis. Cruising up and down the 30-yard line. Too much pressure from the New South Wales crew. They pushed her over the 30-yard line, so it'll be Sally Thompson to bring it back in. Michael Keatley calls play. Sally Thompson puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob pass. Takes a bit of a check, works her way through the traffic, looking to link up with Sydney Doolan on the 30-yard line. Sally Thompson on the fast break now, working her way down towards the 30-yard line, and Sydney Doolan lays on the sooters as well. Pass goes in. It was a beauty. She cruises around, trying to get around her number 3 there, and Kaylee Newton for Victoria, and does it easy as you like, and slams one home for New South Wales. That'll make it 10 goals, 5 unofficial. New South Wales with a handy lead. Michael Keatley satisfied with the lineup now. Ball goes in, out the back. Sally Thompson was the first one onto it. She left it there, but the number 2 in April Girolamo for... There's been a free goal. Matt Devereaux calls them in. 11 goals, 5. Sends them all back and says, come around and have another crack at it, please. These horses are edgy, pumped and primed. They love it. Ball goes in, taken out of the air there by Grace Holstead for New South Wales. She's on the fast break, looking to link up with Sydney Doolan on the 30-yard line. Puts up the high pass. It's a beauty straight into her racket. Oh, she couldn't quite get it to the goal on the first chance, and she's still at the top of the deek. She can't get around. Now she does. Heads towards goal, but Kaylee Newton's right there on the turn. Every move she makes. Now she sees opening Sydney goal. Has a shot. Beautiful. Sydney Doolan shoots the goal for New South Wales. Michael Keatley calls him in. Time, thanks, umpies.
Okay, for Victoria, we've got William Owen at 1, Michael Owen at 2, and Josh Robson at 3. Haven't got the changes for New South Wales. No changes. So Brandon Parkinson at 1, Cameron Smith at 2, and Harry Kirk at 3. Umpire Mick Keatley, we'll call him in shortly. Waiting for a line up here. Ball goes in, straight out, straight into the big racket of Harry Kirk, the number 3 for New South Wales. He brings it down there for his number 1, Brandon Parkinson. Getting ridden out there towards the far side by William Owen, but he brings it around again, weathers the storm, gets inside through the threads the eye of the needle through the traffic there, and it's a beautiful little pass to Brandon Parkinson for New South Wales. He works his way around. He knows he's got all the time in the world. He just has to put this through. Oh, he's unloaded there by Josh Robson, the number 3 for Victoria, who then snavels it off the ground. Josh Robson now gets around Brandon Parkinson and gets a beautiful bounce up the field there. He gets a bit of wood there from Brandon Parkinson and Cameron Smith, but hangs onto the ball, and he's working his way around there. His number 2 in Cameron Smith comes in. Michael Owens gives him a bit of a hand. He's still copping a heap of treatment there. Heads down there looking for his number 1 in William Owen. William Owen tied up a bit there that time, but this time it looks like they're in position for a nice little pass coming back towards the Cookhouse corner. Makes the pass, William Owen for Victoria. His teammates telling him to make sure it goes through. Vicks haven't scored for a while. He gets around the back of Harry Kirk now and puts it through, and that's Victoria on the scoreboard again for the first time in a little while. 6-12. 6-12 in this in this sixth chukker. 6-12 to the New South Wales boys. Umpire Matt Devereaux on the far side. Lines them up. Ball's in. Who's got it? It's on the ground. It's going to be Victoria, the number 2 for Victoria in Michael Owen. Looking down there towards William Owen, his brother, I think. And, he just can't quite take possession. The ball's on the ground, picked up there by Harry Kirk for New South Wales. He passes out, but the number 1 misses his pass. Number 1 in Brandon Parkinson picks it up this time, though. Brandon Parkinson for New South Wales. Getting through, working his way through the traffic. He puts the bounce down. It comes up nice and high, and he gets the bounce. Met on the line there by Harry Kirk for Josh Robson for Victoria. But he takes a free from the top of the D. Didn't see what happened there, but New South Wales score 13-6 in favour of New South Wales. Ball's in, straight into the racket of Josh Robson, waiting out the back there. Josh Robson takes it down there for his number 1, William Owen. Oh, beautiful little lobby pass. Doesn't get the bounce, though. That's on the ground over the sideline. New South Wales, number 3, and Harry Kirk to take it. Puts it out the 10 yards, picks it up. He's hard hit there by William Owen, puts a bit of stick onto him, and he brings the ball over the horse's, over the centre line of the horse. No, hit him from the wrong side. So it's Harry Kirk to take it again for New South Wales. He puts it out, can't pick it up. Ball's on the ground, picked up there by the number 2 in Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith now looking for his number 1, Brandon Parkinson. He asked the question of his little pony, and I think these horses have had a hell of a lot of polocross over this week, and they're feeling it. Passes in now to his number 1 in Brandon Parkinson, though. He's met up there by Josh Robson for Victoria. Spins around now, gets around, spins back again. Goes across the face of goal, but can't open up a chance. Josh Robson keeping a good eye on him. Brandon Parkinson tries again, backwards and forwards, but can't do it. Gets out, uses his area. Comes in now with a bit of speed. Gets around in front of the number 3 and has a big lob, and that's another New South Wales goal.
Righto, Matty Devro calls him in. 14-6 in favour of the Blues. The light Blues, that is. Ball goes in, out the back, down on the ground. It'll be the number 3 there, and Josh Robinson for Victoria. He's in the hot seat. Rides up, beautiful little offside pick-up. Now he heads down towards the 30-yard line, looking for his number 1 in Will Owen. Heads down towards that corner where they go most times. Pass goes in. It was a ripper this time, straight in the racket there of Will Owen. He works his way around Harry Kirk, looking for an opening towards goal. Cops a bit of treatment on the way past, has a shot. Oh, how did he do that? We'll have to ask him at the canteen this afternoon. Down on the ground, who's going to come up with it? It'll be the number 1 there in Brendan Parkinson for New South Wales. He's heading towards the 30-yard line. All he has to do is get around Michael Owen and he'll be there. Just takes a bit of a check, does a bit of bebop with the horse, works his way around now, looking to link up with his number 1 in Brendan Parkinson, looking to get towards the 30-yard line. He gets the bounce, he gets the trap. Now he's just got to work his way around Josh Robson, and he's got another goal for New South Wales, and that's time, thanks umpies. So the clock just beat Brendan Parkinson there on that last attempt at goal. So scores remain 14-6 in favour of the New South Wales, sorry. No changes to the New South Wales crew. Hang on. Sorry, we do have some changes. Righto, Michael Keatley calls him in, taken out of the air there on the ground. Still, who's got it? The number 3 there for Victoria, Ellie Vavlidis. They send her out the back to do a job, and looks like she's made the right move. Heading out the back, Ellie Vavlidis with the ball, just works her way around through the traffic. Looking to link up there with the number 1 in Shana Edney. Heading down towards the 30-yard line, Ellie Vavlidis with the ball. Cops a bit of timber there from Grace Holstead from New South Wales. Ellie Vavlidis works her way down towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with the number 1 there in Shana Edney. Oh, she's under a world of pain. She's been unloaded. Who's got the ball now? It's that number 2 for New South Wales in Claire G. She works her way around, just takes a bit of a settler through the traffic. Gathers her reins and her thoughts all at the same time. Now she makes a move towards the 30-yard line, looking for a number 1 there in Grace Holstead. Heading towards the 30-yard line, Claire G with the ball. Takes a bit of a check and a turn right on the line. Just waiting for the pass to come on. Passes on now. Pass goes in. Straight in the racket there of Grace Holstead for New South Wales, and she slams one home. 15 goals, 6. Sally Thompson. Yep, got it. Matt Devro calls them in. Out the back, it'll be the number 3 in Sally Thompson. She's in the hot seat. She leaves it on the ground there for that number 3 from Victoria and Ellie Vavlidis. They send her out the back to do a job, and she's doing it as best as she can. Ellie Vavlidis with the ball for Victoria, just working her way down towards the 30-yard line, looking for a number 1 in Shana Edney. Looking for the pass in. She's in a world of pain. Oh, and she's been unloaded. Down on the ground. Who will come up with it? Grace Holstead for New South Wales on the fast break. Just takes a bit of a check. Cops a bit of treatment from Ellie Vavlidis and carries it out over the centre line of the horse. So it'll be a Victorian ball. Shana Edney to bring it back into play. The number 1 for Victoria. Rides up to the spot. Puts out the prescribed 10-metre lob bounce. Bounce comes up beautifully for her this time. Brings her around to the left of the horse and heads down towards the 30-yard line, looking for an easy opening. She's just got to work her way through the traffic. The barrage of New South Wales, blue and blue. Heading down towards the 30-yard line there is Shana Edney for Victoria. She gets up to the 30-yard line and Sally Thompson's there waiting for her and she's in a world of pain. She's carried it over the 30-yard line, so it'll be a New South Wales ball right on the edge. Sally Thompson brings it back into play. Bounce didn't come up for her. She gets it on the second. No, she doesn't. Comes in for the third attempt and gets it this time. She's in a world of pain. She's copping all sorts of timber. Now she just works her way around, heading towards the 30-yard line, looking for a number one in Grace Holstead. Sally Thompson with the ball for New South Wales. On the fast break, heading towards the 30-yard line, looking for Grace Holstead. Season opening now. Pass goes in. Straight in the racket there. Grace Holstead for New South Wales. She puts on a bit of a spin, looking for an opening towards goal to stretch that lead a bit further. Has a shot and all clear.
Rightio, 16-6 in this junior final in favour of New South Wales. Mick Keatley puts the ball in. It's on the ground. First out onto it is going to be the Victorian in Ellie Vavlidis. Ellie Vavlidis, the number 3 for Victoria. Coming up, working her way past the New South Wales girls now, looking for a lead from her number 1, Shana Edney. Right on the line now. Still looking for that lead. Shana Edney working her way across now. Beautiful little pass there to Shana Edney. Takes it easily. Sally Thompson matching her up there for New South Wales, though. She's got to do more work than that to put it through from with Sally Thompson in between. Oh, and she puts a little worm burner in, and no. It's picked up beautifully by Sally Thompson. Not sure how she picked up that. Anyway, she bounces out for New South Wales, heading down there towards the New South Wales end, looking for a number 1 in Grace Holstead. Grace Holstead out in front. Oh, perfect positioning. Snavels the pass, spins around, drives in and slams home another New South Wales major, 17. Good turnover there for New South Wales, just what Victoria didn't need. Matt Dever on the far side, ball goes in, snapped out of the lineup by Grace Holstead for New South Wales. She's got to work her way past these Victorians though. Kaylee Newton giving her a bit of grief now. But she gets around Kaylee. No, she can't. She's getting a bit close to the sideline over the far side, spins around. Looking for an entry here. She gets her bounce now. Nice little bounce. And looks like she might have been interfered with there by the Victorians. Victorian number 1 in Shana Edney was in the 30-yard line, so it's Grace Holstead to take it for New South Wales from the top of the D. She puts it through for another New South Wales goal, 18-6. And that's time at the end of this 7th chukker. Last time we'll see these girls. Give them a big round of applause. Great demonstration of polocross out there. Rightio, looks like Victorians are unchanged. William Owen, Michael Owen and Josh Robson. Rightio, ball goes in. First onto it's going to be Josh Robson, the number 3 for Victoria. Josh Robson works his way down the field looking for his number 1 in William Owen. Michael Owen, number 1 this time. Doesn't get the pass. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Harry Kirk for New South Wales. No, he can't pick it. Yes, he does pick it up now. And taken out there by Harry Kirk. Passes out to Brandon Parkinson for New South Wales, who's taking it down the field. Brandon Parkinson keeping an eye on those Vics. Beautifully shepherded there by his number 2. Doesn't get the bounce though. The ball's on the ground. It's picked up there by the Victorian number 3 and Josh Robson. Josh Robson passes out to his number 1, but he can't take the pass. The ball's on the ground. Everyone rides over the top. Still on the ground. Picked up there by the Victorian number 2 in Will Owen. Will Owen heading down there. Lights up his horse now, heading down towards his number 1 in William Owen. Michael Owen. Michael Owen, the number 1 for Victoria. Oh, he cops a hell of a bit of timber there from from New South Wales, but puts it through for another Victorian goal. 7:18 in this 8th chukker. Rightio, ball's in. Knocked out on the Victorian side. First onto it is going to be, no, Victoria's over the top. It's going to be with Michael Owen for Victoria, but the whistle's gone. Looks like a free goal. Free goal to Victoria. 8:18. Ball's in again. Nice. Snaffled there by Harry Kirk out the back for New South Wales. He lights his pony up, heading up the field there, looking for his number 1 in Brandon Parkinson. Oh, nice pass. Brandon Parkinson can't take it, but gets it on the half volley. Brandon Parkinson gets around in front of Josh Robson and puts it through for another New South Wales goal. 8:19. Midway in this 8th chukker.
Righto, Matty Devereaux calls him in. Not quite satisfied yet. Is now ball in, taken out of the air there by the number 2 for Victoria and Will Owen, heading down towards the 30-yard line, looking to link up with his brother in Michael Owen, the famous soccer player from another country. Pass goes in, taken out of the air there by Harry Kirk for New South Wales. He cops a bit of a swipe from Michael Owen on the way past. Oh, bounce didn't come up kindly for him. Back out in play. Harry Kirk gets it off the ground and he did it pretty well. He's in a world of pain. Been a hit down, so it'll be Brendan Parkinson on the 30-yard line for New South Wales to bring it back in. Play on called. Brendan Parkinson puts out the little lob, comes up beautifully for him. He does a little bit of a duck, a weave and a dive, looking to get around Josh Robson for an opening towards goal. Brendan Parkinson has a shot on the angle and all clear. 20 goals, 8 in favour of the New South Wales crew. Righto, Michael Keatley calls him in. It snaps straight out of the air there by Brendan Parkinson for New South Wales. He head down toward the 30-yard line there. Cops a bit of treatment from Will Owen on the way through the traffic. Brendan Parkinson working his way towards the 30-yard line. Takes a bit of a check and a turn. Works his way beautifully through the traffic. Brendan Parkinson looking for an opening towards the 30-yard line. Sees one now. Gets the bounce. Oh, it didn't quite come up for him. It stayed flat down on the ground, but it'll be Brendan Parkinson, the first one back onto the ball for New South Wales. He works his way around, looking to get around that number 3 from Victoria. You're in Josh Robson. Brendan Parkinson sees a bit of an opening now. Cops a swish there from Josh Robson on the way past. Brendan Parkinson just canters around, settles things down nicely. Sees a bit of an opening behind. Cuts in beautifully back behind Josh Robson and slams on home for New South. 21 goals, 8. Ball goes in, taken out of there by Josh Robson for Victoria. He puts a pass over to Michael Owen and he's on the fast break down towards the 30-yard line. He gets the bounce. Oh, the trap didn't quite come up for him. Down on the ground, who will get it first? It'll be Michael Owen for Victoria. Puts on a beautiful little left-hand turn and slots one through. Too little too late for Victoria. Righto, Michael Keatley calls him in. Sends the ball in and out the back. It'll be number 3 for Victoria in Josh Robson. He's the first one onto it. He did a pretty good job of picking that one up because he was in a world of pressure there from Harry Kirk and New South Wales, and Victoria with another quick goal. And that's time, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're welcome this morning to the Griffin Energy Australian National Polocrosse Championships. We've just watched the junior mixed play, and New South Wales were the winners, and the runners-up are Victoria. I'll just invite you guys to come up this way. We'll just get someone to introduce the team.
We've got April Girolamo, Ali Vavlidis, William Owen, Michael Owen, Kaylee Newton, Sean Edney, Michael Richards and Matty Jarmaine, who couldn't play this week. And Malin Woodhouse, the coach, and Nicole Leighton, the manager. Thanks, New South Wales, too good on the day. He played grouse. I reckon great nationals to Perth, and hopefully he'll be back here in 2 years.
Let's call your team through, and we've got some trophies here to present to you. What are their names?
Well done.
What's your name?
April. April Girolamo. Well done.
Hang on, they're getting away from me.
Well done. Argue about it later, guys. Well done, Sandy.
Hi.
Hot time.
Well
You can
done.
relax.
Well done. Bad luck not getting there.
Thank you. Come on, Maddie.
Bad luck, young fella. Righto. Poor young fella there broke his leg on Monday morning. He couldn't play. Righto, we'll have the New South Wales, the winners. 21-10, New South Wales. Well done.
Thank you.
We haven't got a trophy for you. It's gone missing in the world somewhere.
That's all
But, congratulations anyway. I'd like to just introduce your team.
All right, myself, Harry Kirk, here, Grace Halstead, Sally Thompson, Sydney Doolan, Claire G, Brendan Parkinson, Tyler Mortimer, Cameron Smith, our coach, Christine Brooker, and our manager, Janet Jones. I'd just like to thank all the parents in all the junior competitions for, it's a long way all the way across here to Perth. It's some very dedicated parents. Also like to thank the people down the back, the strappers, the people who don't get noticed up here on the stage. A great thanks to our coach and our manager, and thanks to all the teams we had. It's been a great week. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. There we go. Well done.
Just while they're receiving their trophy, these prizes, trophies, have all been donated by the Devereux Polo Ponies and Griffin Energy and are being presented by Trish Hall, who's a member of that family.
Oh, don't break it. After you. Or we can have a party.
Well done, team.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks again. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. And thank you. Well done.
So congratulations to New South Wales and the runners-up Victoria. Thank you.
to introduce the special guest, local Member of Parliament for the seat of Swan Hills and Member of the Legislative Assembly, Frank Albin. Councillor Charlie Gregorini, Order of Australia, JP, Mayor of the City of Swan. Polo Cross Association of Australia President, Peter Crawford. Polo Cross Association of Western Australia President, Sandy McTaggart, JP. Polo Cross Association Board Members, State Presidents, distinguished guests, sponsors, represented by our major sponsor here today in Trish Hall from the Griffin Energy Group, players, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few words to say what a wonderful occasion it is, what a wonderful sight it is, and I welcome everybody here, and I now call on Mr. Peter Crawford, the President of the Polo Cross Association of Australia, to say a few words. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Ross. Mr. Frank Albin, local member for the seat of Swan Hills and the member of the Legislative Assembly, Councillor Charlie Gregorini, the Mayor of this Shire, Mr. Graham Lane, President of the Perth Polo Cross Club, Mr. Sandy McTaggart, who is the President of the Western Australian Polo Cross, my fellow board members of the PAA, state presidents, distinguished guests, sponsors, players, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what a wonderful event this is proving to be. The venue here is just absolutely superb, and an enormous amount of work and money and time and effort has gone into this venue to bring it up to this incredibly high standard. I thank the Perth Club and the West Australians for all they have done to make our stay here so successful and so enjoyable. So I wish you competitors a really hard, safe time here when you're playing, because it's a huge distance you've come, and we're very appreciative of that. And I just look forward to seeing more of the wonderful action that we've had. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crawford. Our next speaker, I'd like to call on Sandy McTaggart, Mr. Sandy McTaggart, JP, the President of the Polo Cross Association of Western Australia, to come forward and say a few words from a state perspective.
Thanks, Ross. I'd just like to recognise Peter Crawford, Mayor Charlie Gregorini, Frank Albin, and particularly I'd like to recognise the volunteers that have made this organisation go. It's been my privilege and pleasure this year to be President of this Polo Cross Association of WA, but I am only first amongst equals. We're all contributed. It's been a whole state effort. The preparation has taken 3 years for this, and the execution has been done by Graham Lane, Joe Langford, Mary Day and Phil Day particularly. And the efforts that they have made are evident before you today in the way that it's been prepared and the way it's run. We also have some wonderful sponsors, and in particular our major sponsor, Griffin Energy and Devereux Polo Ponies. Not only have they reached into their wallets, they put their shoulders to the wheel, which is a thing for a sponsor to do. I'm very, very proud of them. The events have been hassle-free, and I expect it to continue. And I thank you all for your cooperation, the terrific polo cross, and the great spectacle. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandy. Our next guest, I would like to call on the Mayor of the City of Swan, Councillor Charlie Gregorini, to come forward and say a few words. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay. President of the Polo Cross Association of Australia, Peter Crawford, West Australian President Sandy McTaggart, my fellow councillor Frank Albin, and also the member for Swan Hills, special guests, competitors, and everyone who's been involved here today. It's indeed a great pleasure on behalf of the city to welcome you all here to the Brigadoon Polo Cross Championships for 2008. The State Equestrian Centre is something that I'm very proud of, and the land that you are on here today is the property of the City of Swan, so it's indeed our great pleasure to welcome you all here. I'm told that there's some 700 competitors from the eastern states, and also their crew and all the people that are here, and some 200 people from Western Australia. This is a wonderful event, and I have to take my hat off and congratulate everyone who has been involved in setting this up. And I hope that you really enjoy yourselves while you're here, and your families. And to all those competitors, all the best for these last 2 days of this competition. So on behalf of the city, can I wish you all well and hope that you have a wonderful stay at this centre.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's just been a bit of a unfortunate thing happened, nothing serious, but a timing factor. So I would like to once again call on Councillor Gregorini, the Mayor of the City of Swan, to come forward and officially open the Polo Cross Championships here for 2008.
I think this duty was supposed to have been that of fellow councillor, but it is indeed my great pleasure on his behalf and on the city's behalf to declare the 2008 Polo Cross Championships officially opened.
Thank you once again, Councillor Gregorini. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on Noni Trainer to come down, and she will, when she arrives down here, she will sing the national anthem. What a wonderful sight. We have the flag bearer. We have the young lady with the great voice who's going to sing the national anthem for us, followed by 2 mounted police, beautifully prepared horses.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strengths, and let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath our radiant Southern Cross, we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this Commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who've come across the seas, with boundless plains to share, with courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strengths, and let us sing, advance Australia fair. Up, up, up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that completes the official opening. What a wonderful spectacle that's been. And now I would ask Victoria to come around past the dais and lead the teams off. So if Victoria could just come around the front of all the horses and lead off around the dais. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's a magnificent sight. Thank you very much. That's the end of the official opening, and what a wonderful sight it's been. All the best for the remainder of the carnival.